Hello my friends and welcome to Cruise 118. Today we're going to be taking you to a wonderful country in Europe that has lots of people's lives love. Now we want to take you to one of the most gems of the Mediterranean. We're talking of Italy here. Now our destination expert Karen Worrall is back with us to tell you all about the gorgeous ports of call and some of the best in the world. So Karen, welcome back to the show.
Ciao John and grazie. I've spent a lot of time in various Italian ports when I worked on cruise ships for 15 years. I've been on holiday to various Italian cities multiple times, and I lived in Naples teaching English as a foreign language a few years ago. Mi piace molto Italia, so I'm excited to tell you all more about it.
Well, we also have some fantastic cruise deals for you as well today with some of the best cruise lines that feature this wonderful country, sailing with the likes of, celebrity cruises, princess cruises and Norwegian cruise lines as well.
Yep, and I'm going to give you some more of the highlights of what to do and see and eat in the Bella ports of Civitavecchia for Rome, Naples for Capri, Pompeii and the Amalfi Coast, Venice, Ravenna and Trieste, Portofino, Bologna, Messina and Palermo in Sicily, Livorno and La Spezia for Cinque Terre, Pisa and Florence, Taranto and Santa Margherita. So let's start off in an area that I particularly love, southern Italy. Italy is famous for many things: art, architecture, landscapes and a fascinating history that goes back millennia. Italy is a destination that will capture your mind, heart and stomach. So let's take a look. Now Rome is the capital of Italy, and it's one of the most popular destinations in the world, and it's very easy to see why. Rome is full of world-changing ancient history and sites that still stand proud today. The Colosseum is the world's most famous amphitheatre, or you can toss a coin in the Trevi Fountain to ensure your return visit to Rome, or head out to see the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican City and St. Peter's Basilica as well. It's a wonderful place to visit inside and out, so check it out. Now, the port city for Rome is Civitavecchia, which literally means old city, and it's a very interesting place to see as well. And Naples is, of course, the home of pizza. It is a historic place, and there's great things to see, including the Archaeological Museum and the Eggs Castle. From Naples, you can head out to the Amalfi Coast, where you can see the beautiful pastel-coloured hilltop towns and villages such as Amalfi itself, Positano, Ravello and Sorrento, relaxing beaches and wonderful views as well. You can also head out to Pompeii, which was the town that was buried when Mount Vesuvius erupted in 79 AD, and a lot of it is still preserved to see today. Another great way to spend the day here is to head out to the glamorous island of Capri in the Bay of Naples. Explore the glitzy town and the restaurants and shops, and take a boat out to see the Blue Grotto. Now we have Palermo in Sicily. This is a lovely place to visit as well, and you can go around the Sicilian countryside, see the history here and even try a cannoli. So there's lots of fantastic things to see in this area. The beaches are wonderful and it's a great coastline as well. So I have some tips for you. So when in Naples, if you've been here before or if you just fancy it, head over to one of the islands in the Bay of Naples. Capri is the most famous one. It's very glamorous, and if you go there, I'd recommend going to see the incredible Blue Grotto, which you go into on a tiny little rowboat, and you see the blue phosphorescence in the water, which makes it look blue inside. Ischia is the second largest island and has a medieval Aragonese castle and a lovely promenade lined with little local cafes and restaurants. And Procida is the smallest, and it's actually my favourite of these. It has lots of nature. It's great to walk around the small grassy hills and the little tiny sandy coves that are tucked away. And it's featured in one of the most famous Italian movies called Il Postino, which means the postman. Very sweet movie about a kind, shy postman who befriends a gregarious poet and how they kind of change each other's life. And it's all filmed on the island, so it's a good thing to watch before you go to get you in the mood for it. And you also get to see lots of things on the island.
Well, that's what it's like. It sounds like me that it really is a good place to go. And I think, should we have a deal?
Yeah, definitely. Sounds good.
Well, our first deal today is one that is with Celebrity Cruises and their newest ship, the Celebrity Beyond. Not only is it sailing for not a long time. It only started sailing on April 27th this year, but it has got so many great things for it. Now, this cruise is going on the 27th of August this year for 9 nights. So let's take a look at the ship and find out what you can expect on board.
So welcome to the newest ship in the fleet for celebrity cruises, Celebrity Beyond. It's beyond in far more than name, and we'll take a look at some of these new features on it. Celebrity has partnered with some of the world's renowned architectures and designers to make Beyond one of the most inviting spaces at sea. The Sunset Bar has been reimagined by Nate Berkus, an American interior designer, author, and TV personality. It has open-air terrace seating, making it a chic escape with international beach club ambience. And it's the perfect place to enjoy a cocktail and the views. The rooftop garden and other spaces around the ship were designed by Kelly Hoppins, CBE, a South African-born British interior designer and author who was one of the dragons on Dragon's Den. The architect for this and other spaces around the ship was British architect Tom Wright, who designed the Burj Al Arab in Dubai. It has cosy seating nooks and cantilevered float pools, making it a luxurious and comfortable place to be, including with a 75-foot lap pool. Now, connect with at sea with the new Retreat Sun Deck and disconnect in style in the resort within the resort with 2 levels of bliss for the retreat guests. The Grand Plaza is designed by Paris-based design studio Joan Mancou. This transformational place has a new circular martini bar, which feels as spacious as it is chic. It also features a boldly redesigned modern chandelier. Very, very beautiful. Now, Le Voyage by Daniel Boulud, the Michelin-starred French restaurateur with restaurants in Europe, the Americas and Asia, has a menu with inspiration from each continent, with dishes such as tamarind and peanut-crusted prawns, lobster risotto and Brazilian moqueca seafood and coconut stew, or a 5-course tasting menu with wine pairings.
Well, let's take a look at the details, shall we? We're going to fly you from the UK out to Barcelona, which, wonderful city. We're just going to go straight down to the ship though, get on board, check yourself in, and we're going to cruise out. And our first port of call is going to be the wonderful city of Marseille for Provence. All the little streets that go off the port. It's absolutely gorgeous. From there, we're off to Nice, for Villefranche for Nice, which once again, absolutely lovely. And you go into Nice and all the little towns and what have you. From there, we're off to Santa Margherita. It's such a beautiful city, or beautiful little town where you can sit and have cups of coffee and enjoy yourselves. And then from there, we're off to La Spezia, where you can go and see Pisa or Florence. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then we're off to Messina, to Sicily, which is a love. And where the ship pulls in, you can just wander off into the city centre. It's absolutely lovely. Then we're off to Naples, absolutely gorgeous. Get yourself an ice cream there. That's where it's home of. Absolutely lovely. And then finally, we're into the port of Civitavecchia, which is the port for Rome, and that's where we're going to fly you back to the UK. Now, I think that's a wonderful, absolute wonderful itinerary.
Fantastic.
Well, should we have a look at the details, shall we? Let's have a look at the details on this one. Now, what I would say to you is get yourself on board. All you have to do is either click onto cruise118.com/TV and all the details are there, or give us a call right now, 0808 2585 118. And, our reservations team are waiting for you. They're the cruise experts. A lot of them have already been on the Celebrity Beyond. They've been on it, so they know all about it. So they can tell you, exactly what you want to know. And that's what you need, isn't it? You need a cruise expert to help you through this. And that's what we do here at Cruise 118. We are your cruise experts. And, if you want to know about protocols and stuff like that, we've got it all. We can tell you everything you need to know. There is no such thing as a silly question. So it's 0808 2585 118. Give us a call and we'll get you on board.
Well, that was a great deal, John. So let's check out some of the beautiful ports in the northern part of Italy. So we'll start in Ravenna. Now, the city of Ravenna is an ideal place for art and history lovers. It has extensive 5th and 6th century mosaics, which can be seen in its churches, palaces, and mausoleums. So it's worth wandering around, and make sure you take lots of photos. It is absolutely beautiful walking around in history itself. Now, from Ravenna, you can also reach Venice, the incomparable Venice, the city of light, full of canals, art, beauty. This city is worth visiting many times over. Now, Bologna has some of the best food in Italy, with delicious prosciutto, cheese, balsamic vinegar, and of course, wine. So make sure you check that out while you are there. Now, Portofino is a divine town on the Amalfi Coast. It is absolutely gorgeous, with views that are amazing, attractive cafes, bars, and restaurants, always with good food in Italy, of course. And from here, you can visit other Amalfi Coast towns of Amalfi, Positano, and Sorrento. And you can dive into the Ligurian Sea or climb up the 2,000-foot cliffs for great views of the coastline. Now, Trieste, in the northeast corner of Italy, is a lovely, bustling maritime town known for its Austro-Hungarian architecture. So it is worth checking out too. Now, Taranto is a small city tucked under the heel of the boot of Italy, and this port city is lovely to walk around, and you can see an Aragonese castle here. Yes, there is another one, the same like in Ischia as well. You can see this while you're strolling around on the promenade near the ship. Now, Santa Margherita is a gem of an Italian port on the Ligurian Riviera. It has sloped hillsides, and the Baroque Basilica of Santa Margherita is gorgeous to visit. From here, you can also reach Cinque Terre and Portofino. It is a seaside town with excellent seafood and is known for its red shrimp. It's a great place to visit. Now, of course, I have some tips for you. You can visit Venice from the ports of Venice, Marghera, Trieste, or Ravenna. So for the further away ports of Trieste and Ravenna, it's easiest to take a tour from the ship, either one of the guided ones of Venice on your own, or on one of the ones that you go around on your own, but they take you there, is a good way to see it. Visit St. Mark's Square, the beating heart of Venice, and visit the beautiful ornate St. Mark's Basilica, the Doge's Palace. Climb the 323 steps of the Campanile, the clock tower, for the best views of Venice, and follow the signs and take the 10-minute walk from here to the Rialto Bridge for beautiful views along the Grand Canal and great spots to stop for lunch or a little Bellini at, which is a Venetian cocktail made from champagne and peach juice. Beautiful. And then you continue on after the Rialto Bridge to the Rialto Market for the best souvenir shopping, and you can also see local produce market there as well. Now, as Venice is built around all the canals, get on the water to see more. You can take a gondola ride if you're feeling romantic or treating yourself, or hop on the Vaporetto, the water bus, to see the same views for about 10% of the price. All right, so that was the north of Italy. Now we're going to go to the central part, and let's take a little look at central Italy. The Tuscan city of Livorno and the Ligurian city of La Spezia have a lot to offer themselves, with bustling markets, great restaurants, and waterfront promenades. And from both you can visit some of Italy's most loved towns, like the charming fishing village of Cinque Terre, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is 5 villages, Cinque, 5, Terre, ground. Now visit Florence, where you can see masterpieces of the Renaissance era. You'll see art and architecture such as the Statue of David in the Accademia Museum, Il Duomo and the Baptistry, and the Piazza della Signora with the Palazzo Vecchio, the Old Palace. Now take a trip out to Pisa as well, known for its Gothic architecture and Leaning Tower. Visit the tower, the cathedral, and the baptistry. Now I have some tips for you here, of course. Pisa is the closest to the ports and can be visited in just half a day. Some tours will take you to a taste of both Florence and Pisa, which I would recommend if you've never been and you'd like to see a bit of both of them. Now in Pisa, even though you might laugh at it, you will take the obligatory photo of you holding up the Leaning Tower, like this, but also take time to see the baptistry. It's full of beautiful Renaissance art inside and out. And in Florence, go to the Accademia Museum to see the Statue of David, plus the Hall of Colossus and the Florentine Gothic art. Santa Maria della Fiore, the Duomo Cathedral, is my favourite thing to see in Florence. It is from the late 13th century and took 200 years to finish completing everything about it, and it has frescoes by Dante and incredible mosaics throughout. The Palazzo Vecchio, the Old Palace, built in 1299, is Florence's old town hall as well as a museum. It's worth taking a tour of to learn about its history, art, and its secret rooms and halls. The Uffizi Gallery is the place for art lovers, with works from the Middle Ages on. There's works by Italian masters including Botticelli, Raphael, Caravaggio, Michelangelo, and Da Vinci, plus works by other European masters. And the Ponte Vecchio is more than 1,000 years old and is great for taking photos from and of, romantic walks and visiting the jewelers' shops that are on it. You can see the museums of two of Florence's greatest visionaries, Da Vinci and Galileo, and visit Boboli Gardens, established by the powerful Medici family. Now, I think that seems like a good time to have another deal, John.
Do you know what? I agree with you, Karen. And this deal is on an exciting cruise. It's the Valiant Lady with Virgin Voyages, sailing in September of this year on the 18th of September for a really wonderful cruise. So let's have a look at what you can expect with Virgin Voyages. Well, I mean, say Virgin Voyages are just spectacular, aren't they, Karen? I mean, say once you go on board, you're just going to love the whole experience. It's an adult-only ship, which means, well, it's adults only. There are over 20 places to eat on board, and of course, it's all included in the price. Do you know, that's what I like about this, and it's also a great place to just relax and enjoy. There's whirlpools, there's lots of going on, and the entertainment is absolutely wonderful as well. And you can also plan your voyages on the Valiant Lady with cruise118.com right now. It's that easy. Now, it's a lovely, in an evening, you can get the whole new vista of it all. It's absolutely brilliant. I think, you know, once you've been on board, you're going to love it. So, should we have a look at the details on this one so we can get you involved? Do you know what? We're going to start off by flying you from the UK to Barcelona. From there, we're going to cruise you. Once you get on board, you just settle into the ship, have a look all around, and then we're going to cruise out from Barcelona to Toulon. Now, this is absolutely wonderful. You're going to really enjoy this. It's the atmosphere, it's the architecture, it's everything. And then from there, we're off to Tuscany, which is, you know, the atmosphere here once again, and this time of year, it's just wonderful. There's some great tours there as well. Then we're off to Ajaccio, which is once again, it's the beaches, it's the atmosphere, it's everything you love. Then we're on to Sardinia. You know, once again, a lovely place to enjoy and take it all in. And why wouldn't you? Before we go into Ibiza, where we're going to overnight here, and the nightlife here is legendary. And where you pull into in Ibiza town, there's like a great big fort overlooking you, which is well worth a look around. And then we're going back into Barcelona, where you fly back to the UK. Now, what a wonderful cruise this is. And Virgin Voyages, brand new cruise line. You're going to really enjoy it. Let's have a look at the full details on this, shall we? Now, as I say, we've included so much. Your return flights are included. And remember, with Virgin Voyages, you know, all the places, there are lots of specialty restaurants, and they're all included in the price. So you're not paying any extra for any of those restaurants. They're all included in the price. All your gratuities, your tips, they're all included. All your soft drinks, they're all included. And if you want to buy some bar credit before you go, you can do. And you know what? You get a lot more value for money out of that if you book it before you go. So, you know, it's worth having a chat to our experts. 0808 2585 118. Give them a call, they'll tell you all about it, or go to our website, cruise118.com/TV, and, you know, get yourself on this deal. It's a deal that's going to mean a real lot to you. It really is. Well, this next port of call I know has got a very special place in Karen's heart. As did Karen. Tell us more about it.
Yep, next up we're going to look at Naples, which is where I lived for a few months a few years ago. I love the city and the area, so I'm very excited to tell you more about it. Let's take a look. Benvenuto a Napoli, one of the most popular cities to visit in Italy, and one of my favourites because I did live there. Naples has a lot to offer. There are many wonderful places to see, so let's look at the top 10 attractions in Naples. Number 1 is the Port of Naples. It's right next to where your ship docks, so it's easy to get to everything downtown from. Number 2 is the Castle dell'Ovo, the Eggs Castle, which is right by the sea, and it's very easy to get to as well. Number 3 is the Lungomare, which is the boardwalk. Number 4 is pizza. Naples is the home of pizza. So you have to try pizza when you're there. I think it is the law, or if not, it definitely should be. And number 5 is coffee culture. Have a coffee when you're there. If you want to be like a local, don't only have your cappuccino in the morning. And don't ask for a latte. You get a glass of milk. Ask for a cafe latte if that's what you want. Number 6 is Capri, the most glamorous of the islands in the Bay of Naples. Great place to shop and very elegant as well. Now, number 7 is Pompeii. It is a city near Naples on the slopes of Mount Vesuvius that erupted when the volcano erupted in 79 AD. It's a fantastic place to visit. It's very sad. You'll see plaster cast molds of volcanic ash of people that perished in the eruption there. So it's sad to see, but it's very historic. Number 8 is the Amalfi Coast. This is one of the most admired parts in the whole world, and with good reason. The whole coast is dotted with lovely little villages in all pastel colours on the Ligurian Sea. Now, number 9, we've got Sorrento, and this is the great place to go and try limoncello. It's a very romantic area, and it's a wonderful place to get married. Number 10 is Naples Subterranean, which is underneath the city. Basically, there is another city under the city with some of the Greek and Roman aqueducts that date back almost 5,000 years. So you can go down there on a tour and check it all out and wander around the city. The whole place is just fascinating to visit. Now, my top tips for Naples is eat pizza. Everywhere, anywhere, all of it. Pizzeria Brandi is the original place where the pizza margherita was invented, and it was created for Queen Margherita when she visited the area. Another tip is coffee. Coffee in Italy is king, especially in Naples. As I said, cappuccino is only drunk in the morning till about 10 a.m. And make sure that you ask for a cafe latte if you want a coffee with milk. And also, it's actually cheaper to have your coffee at the bar. If you just want a quick pick-me-up, then head to the bar rather than sitting down at a table. And the Italian word for the mocha-type brand of coffee machine that you put on the kitchen hob, it's just called a macchinetta in Italian, which means little machine. And I think this says a lot about just how important coffee is. They don't even have a name, it just means the little machine, because of course it's about coffee. And if you do like these, they cost about €5 if you buy them in a little shop there instead of 30 or 40 pounds here. Another thing to try is sfogliatella, which is a Neapolitan light flaky pastry filled with ricotta cheese and orange rind and orange blossom, and it's very tasty. So, Naples was great, and talking about great, next let's head to what was considered the greatest city in the world, Rome. Let's take a look. So Civitavecchia is a lovely port town and is the gateway to Rome, the eternal city that once ruled more than half of the world. Explore ancient history, spirituality, and see the city's many masterpieces. The Roman Empire has influenced the world in so many ways that can still be seen today with religion, art, and food. Now, let's look at the top 10 attractions in Rome. Number 1, we've got the Colosseum. This is the symbol of Rome. Exploring it feels like time has stopped, and you can go back to what it felt like in the time of gladiator heyday. Now, number 2, we have the Roman Forum. This was the central part of Rome where people used to meet up. This is where the Curia is. This is a wonderful place to walk around. I would recommend taking a tour here, or at least having a guidebook so you know what everything is. Number 3 is the Pantheon. This is the oldest church in Rome, and it's fascinating as it has an oculus in the middle, which is a hole in the middle of the church that goes up into the sky. So this is an architectural wonder that it was made in 118 AD. Now, number 4 is St. Peter's Square and St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican City. This is absolutely beautiful to visit, and whatever religion you are, it's incredible to visit. Go inside the church, go inside the basilica as well, and of course also there is the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican, so check that out too. Number 6 is the Trevi Fountain. Now, this beautiful masterpiece has got the travertine fountains, it has the sculptures, and of course, you've probably heard, you're supposed to throw a coin in the fountain and that ensures your return back to Rome. Number 7 is Trastevere, which is a lovely region of Rome, which is down by the waterside. It's great to take a wander around and go for dinner or lunch. Number 8 is the Villa Borghese, which was owned by the popular and powerful Borghese family in a beautiful park. Number 9 is Roman cuisine. Make sure you check it out. You've got spaghetti carbonara, you've got different kinds of pasta. And number 10, Barolo and Brunello di Montalcino wine. Try the wine while you're there. It is absolutely delicious. And check out the Spanish steps as well. And just enjoy the atmosphere of Bella Roma.
Well, it sounds absolutely gorgeous. Makes me want to go back to Rome again, I tell you. It's absolutely lovely. So, I'll tell you what, it's time for another deal, and this time we're going to take you on a cruise that's going with Princess Cruises on the Island Princess for 10 wonderful nights. Now, this is going on the 21st of October this year, which is half term in a lot of areas, so check where you live. And we're going to have a wonderful time. Let's have a look at what you can expect on board this ship. I mean, say, Princess Cruises, they're wonderful, aren't they, Karen?
They are, absolutely.
You're just going to love it. There's so much going on here on the Island Princess. She can hold 2,200 guests. She has 895 crew, 16 guest decks, 1,107 staterooms. It's a great ship to relax on board. The specialty cocktails as well from the mixologists, as well as specialty created wine from the master sommelier Doug Frost, and there's the chef's table as well, which you're just going to love. And many of the dining rooms you can go for a different dinner every day. It's a different meal every night you go. And then, of course, there's the chocolate journeys. Oh, that sounds like heaven, doesn't it? Do you know, it's a place for handcrafted desserts. And if you like a quick bite, there's the casual dining on top deck with burgers, hot dogs and pizza available. And they say they make the best pizza at sea. There's the Horizon Court Buffet, which is open for every mealtime with a rotating menu. And, you know, it's just a great place to relax and enjoy the whole thing. It is a wonderful dining option. So if you want to get involved in this, you know, don't hang around. We are going to get you there. Let's have a look at the details so we can get you on board with this cruise, shall we? So first of all, we're going to let's start off from Southampton, and we're going to cruise out to La Coruña. Now, La Coruña is absolutely gorgeous, which, you know, from there's so many great places like beaches and things like that to go to. They were off to Gibraltar, which is duty free. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? You know, do you know, it's you see all the UK brands there as well, which is lovely as well. And then from there went to Cartagena in Spain, which is absolutely gorgeous. And there's so much to go to there as well. You're going to really love it. And then from there we're off to Palma, Mallorca. Once again, get the train to Soller. Takes you through the mountains, all the orange groves and everything. It's absolutely picturesque. And then we're off to Palermo in Sicily. Once again, beautiful city, something to look around, and where the ship pulls in, you just wander into the city. From there, we're off to Napoli. Well, we heard all about Naples, didn't we? We heard all about Naples, and how wonderful that was. So you can go there, go over to Sorrento, or try the pizza. And then finally, we're into Civitavecchia, which is where we're going to fly you back to the UK. Absolutely wonderful. You're going to love it. Let's have a look at the full details so we can get you involved in this. Look at the prices. I mean, say, Princess Cruises, they say you'll come back new because, you know, you're just going to love it. What I would say is give us a call right now, 0808 2585 118. Talk to one of our cruise experts and they'll get you involved straight away. Or go to cruise118.com/TV. And that's a brilliant deal. Tell you what, let's have a look at why you should be booking with Cruise 118. Well, of course, we've got our best price guarantee. You're going to be talking to cruise experts. You can book with confidence. We're ATOL and APTA protected. And, of course, the fabulous reviews. And, of course, when you book with us, you're booking with part of the world's largest cruise retailer. That gives you lots of confidence.
It does. Well, that's all we've got time for today. We've seen some of the many reasons to cruise to Italy with the history, culture, food, shopping and the dolce vita. So it's time to say arrivederci Italia. See you next week.
Yeah, thanks very much for watching, and in the meantime, carry on cruising.
Ciao.